Hey guys, welcome to Blue Byte Backstage. My name is David. I'm here in beautiful Mainz, Germany, and to be more specific, I'm here at Blue Byte Mainz, also known as the studio where the magic happens. Speaking about magic, today's episode is all about Heroes Might and Magic Online, and specifically the new feature. And to make sure that you know everything about that feature, I'm going to have a quick chat with the lead game designer right now. So let's go. So, I'm here with Stefan, the lead game designer for MMHO, and I heard there's a new feature called Guild Province Expeditions.
Yes, the Guild Province Expeditions is the biggest feature that we've done so far for MMHO. It is based on the feedbacks that we received from many of our most experienced players that asked for more guild play, more and new challenges and maps after level 30, and more ways to compete between guilds. And that was basically what we developed. So what we created were several things. So we created the Guild Province that allows you to build your very own home for your guild. We created the Guild Expedition, that is an infinite set of maps with increasing difficulty over time. And we created the Guild Competition that allows you to compete with other guilds in who proceeds the furthest in the expeditions.
So the Guild Provinces, that's like a region, right?
Yes.
And
so
what can you do there?
So the Guild Province is a province on its own. You can access it from anywhere in the world if you restore the ancient gate that leads to it. And you can do that with a contribution by the whole guild. And then it's basically a piece of cake if all people work together towards it. When you arrive in the Guild Province, you will find that most of the structures there are already shattered and in bad shape because the province is so old. So again, you need to restore everything together with the contribution of your whole guild.
So these buildings that you find there, you can rebuild them, right? Mm-hmm. Is this just for cosmetic reasons, or is there a gameplay impact for you and your guild?
Yes, so basically it will both show in the province when you restore it, but it will also have always a gameplay impact. So there will be traders, shrines and obelisks, and the most exciting new building, the new guild dwellings, will also be there. These guild dwellings allow you to recruit creatures that would not be available in solo play otherwise on a regular basis, because something like event creatures or creatures from the other faction. So if you really have such a guild troop dwelling, you can recruit these creatures from storage that is shared between the whole guild. So you can either choose to take the creatures from the storage, or you can opt to invest resources to upgrade the building, because like all buildings in MMHO, you can upgrade them to make them more efficient.
So, and from the provinces you run the expeditions, correct?
Yes.
And what are the expeditions about?
Well, the expeditions are really cool because there is a little gate in the province itself that leads you to the infinite mazes below. And when you go there, you will find that the challenges that await you there get tougher and tougher the further you progress into them. The expeditions also feature unique battle maps and unique encounters that you haven't seen like this before in Ashan. And they also feature a lot of new maps that you can explore.
That's quite a lot of stuff, quite challenging, right?
Yeah. The good thing is you're not alone. You can play the expedition asynchronously or synchronously together with other guild members. This means you can either decide to join others and go into the expedition and play it with them, but you can also just follow up on their progress once you have been there, so you can continue what they did. Because that's another great thing that we did, that the progress is stored for the whole guild. So you can just continue like from what they left over to you. And this also means you can leave at any time you want and they can just follow up on what you did.
So in the beginning you mentioned competition between the guilds. That sounds cool.
Yeah, it is. Because as the expeditions all are exactly the same for all guilds, you can compare their results. So we can check which guild proceeded the furthest into one expedition. And then this guild will become the new expedition leader. And this does not only mean fame, so your guild name will be represented on the travel map, it also means you will receive the new Guild Expedition buff. And this Guild Expedition buff is pretty cool because it grants to all members of your guild an exclusive buff that lasts as long as you are the expedition leader.
Okay, gotcha. But with competition always comes the question of balancing. So let's say we have a guild and they have been playing for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and have been super successful. How can the other guilds keep up?
To ensure fairness, we decided that expeditions only last for a limited amount of time, the so-called expedition season. Once the season is up, everything gets reset for all guilds. So all guilds have to start from zero again, so everybody has the same chance again to get as far as possible. And this gives us the opportunity to give those guilds that proceeded the furthest at the end of a season an additional resource buff that is limited to those guilds.
So let's say season ends. Of course I want to play the next season. Is it the same content?
No, it's basically always different, because that's another cool thing that we added, that everything gets re-randomized every time a season gets reset. So the map composition is completely different, you will face new maps, all encounters get composed differently, and the place on the map and the place of the treasures is completely different.
Well, that's it. I've certainly learned a lot. I hope you have learned a lot. Thank you, Stefan.
Thank you.
Alright, this wraps up another episode of Blue Byte Backstage. I hope you enjoyed the show. I sure did. The guy behind the camera, he did as well. Yes, he did. Yeah, if you have any further questions or comments about MMHO, let us know, either in the comments below or on Facebook, Twitter, in the forums. We love to hear from you. And well, that's it for today, and I'm signing off to glory.